Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Every year, the Amaryllis takes us on a magical journey, a cycle of growth, rest, and rebirth. In today's video, let's walk through how to care for your Amaryllis from winter to spring, from dormancy to glorious rebloom. This video includes 3 chapters. In Chapter 1, we'll start from winter. You'll learn what dormancy is, how to help your bulbs enter it, everything you need to know about trimming Amaryllis leaves, and finally, when and how to wake up the bulbs. In Chapter 2, a few weeks after the bulbs wake up, you will start to see those promising and amazing flower buds emerging. I'll show you some hidden details and secrets about Amaryllis flower buds that few people know. In Chapter 3, when spring arrives, I'll guide you through the breathtaking sight of Amaryllis in full bloom. It took me 6 months to finish this complete guide. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share it with your friends. Alright, let's get started. Chapter 1. When and how to dormant the bulbs. Dormancy is the Amaryllis bulb's resting period, a natural pause after a full growing season. When days shorten and temperatures drop, the plant begins to slow down. You'll notice the leaves start to yellow and die back. This is completely normal. During dormancy, the bulb isn't inactive. Inside, it's storing nutrients and developing the flower buds that will bloom in the next cycle. Think of dormancy as the bulb's way of saving energy. So, how do we help our Amaryllis enter dormancy the right way? The key is to stop watering gradually and trim the leaves at the right time. Leaves play a huge role in the plant's overall health. They are the primary source of energy. Through photosynthesis, the leaves absorb sunlight and convert it into energy that's stored in the bulb. This energy is crucial for helping your Amaryllis bloom again in the next cycle. Without healthy leaves, your Amaryllis won't have the fuel it needs to produce those beautiful flowers. After the flowers fade, the plants start focusing on growing new leaves, especially in warmer weather. As long as the temperatures stay above 60 degrees Fahrenheit, 50 degrees Celsius, the leaves should stay healthy. So it's important to avoid trimming them too early. If you cut them back too soon, the bulb might not have enough energy to rebloom. When should you trim the leaves? The key is to wait until the leaves are naturally winding down. As the weather cools and the leaves start turning yellow and die back, this is a signal that the plant is preparing to go into dormancy. So, when exactly should you trim the leaves? That depends on where you live and your local climate. If you're unsure, check those signs. Yellowing leaves. Once the leaves begin to yellow and wither, it's time to think about trimming. Temperature. When the temperatures drop to around 60 degrees Fahrenheit, 50 degrees Celsius or lower, it's another cue to trim the leaves. Once you notice either or both of the signs, you are good to go. The first step, as the weather cools, reduce your watering. After you've stopped watering, let the leaves naturally die back. This usually takes 2 to 3 weeks. If you can't wait that long, at least wait until the soil gets dry. Then you can go ahead to cut off the leaves. After that, moving the pot to a safe spot where it won't be exposed to frost or heavy rain. If you're growing Amaryllis outdoors or in a colder climate, you'll want to dig up the bulbs before the first frost. Trim the leaves and store the bulbs in a cool, dark place like a basement for 6 to 8 weeks at around 50 degrees Fahrenheit or 10 degrees Celsius. So that's how you overwinter and store your bulbs. What about amaryllis in warm regions? If you are in a warmer region where the leaves don't naturally die back, you can just leave them grow without dormancy. In my experience, many amaryllis flowers will bloom again in the spring, even if they don't go dormant. But if they rest for a while, they can perform better with more flowers. In this case, you will want to mimic the natural cycle as much as possible. To do this, you can induce a rest period artificially by reducing watering and trimming the leaves. Wait until the cooler days of the year, typically late winter. Keep an eye on the local weather forecast to know when it's time. Even if the leaves are still green, watch for signs that the plant is slowing down, such as less vigorous growth or yellowing at the edge of the leaves. These are the signals that it's time to stop watering and trim leaves. When trimming in late winter, be careful not to cut too close to the bulb. By this time, the flower buds should already be forming inside the bulb, and some might even be starting to emerge. If you trim too low, you risk damaging those precious flower buds. Should you trim the leaves of small bulbs? It's best not to trim the leaves of small or immature bulbs. These smaller bulbs are still growing and haven't reached full maturity, so trimming can stunt their growth. What they need most is time to grow and build up energy in the bulb. So the best approach is to keep the leaves. If possible, bring them indoors to help them keep growing through the cooler months. Think about it this way. One seedling grows only 9 months a year and rests for 3 months, while another seedling grows continuously for 12 months without a rest period. Which one do you think will mature faster and bloom sooner? Then you will know if you should trim the leaves. Now the next question is, when should you replant or wake up them? The dormancy period for amaryllis should be at least 6 to 8 weeks, though you can store them for even longer if you live in an area with a long winter. Take the bulbs out dormancy, plant them in a warm spot, and wait for the magic to happen. If they are dormant in their pots, water them to wake them up. Chapter 2. The flower buds show after dormancy. 1 or 2 weeks after waking up the bulb, you'll start to see new leaves, and to your delight, some flower buds too. At first, you'll notice a tiny green tip pushing through the bulb. That's the moment of new life, the first sign that your amaryllis is ready for a new season of growth. Most of them have at least 1 or 2 flower stalks, and I can't wait to show you these lovely flower buds. Here's Amaryllis Dancing Queen, a jumbo variety with bulbs over 30 cm in circumference. These large bulbs usually produce 2 to 3 flower stalks, each carrying at least 4 flowers. I love how plump and green they look, almost like giant onions. And the best part? The bigger the bulb, the more flower stalks it can grow. See this smaller one? It's mature enough for its first bloom. Meanwhile, the mother bulb is already producing some baby bulbs around it. Now check out these hybrids. I cross-pollinated a single-flowered amaryllis with a double-flower one and started growing these from seed in early 2023. In warm climates, it takes about 2 years for amaryllis to bloom from seed. So these are just about ready. I lost track of which plants were the parents, so we'll have to wait and see what surprises they bring. Here's one I'm really excited about, an Australian variety called Adriana. A friend gave it to me in August 2023 when it was just a tiny 1.6 centimeters seedling. Over time, it produced several bulbs, but I separated them so the mother bulb could put all its energy into flowering. And look at the beauty at the back. Amaryllis alfresco, a gorgeous double white variety. If you love white flowers, this one is a must-have. It even has 3 baby bulbs that might bloom as soon as next year. And here, 2 flower stalks. Moving to the front, here's another hybrid. If you take a close look at the flower stalk, you will notice something interesting. Amaryllis flower buds always appear inside a half scale. This is a part of their nature growth pattern. 1 flower stalk emerges for every 3 full scales and 1 half scale. So if you ever want to predict new buds, just count the scales. It should bloom in about a week or 2. I can't wait to see what it looks like. If you have multiple Amaryllis varieties, try cross-pollinating them. You never know what unique flowers you might create. There's a step-by-step guide on my channel homepage, so check it out if you're interested in breeding your own Amaryllis variety. It's really fun and rewarding. Right here we have a mother bulb with an upcoming flower stalk, and beside it, a big bulblet. In the back, there's a cluster of Amaryllis zombie, a South African variety. Interestingly, the baby bulbs have grown new leaves while the mature bulbs haven't. Let's count the flower bud. 1, 2, and 3. Here, 4. And this is the mother bulb. 5. 6. So many are coming. Now back to the front. This is Amaryllis vase. The bulb shape isn't perfect, and it was much larger last year when it bloomed, but it hasn't regained its size. I suspect an issue with the basal plate or roots, though it has a flower bud. When I gently shake it, I can feel the roots aren't strong enough. Let's dig a little and check. See this thick basal plate? That's the problem. Older, thicker basal plates tend to have fewer roots, slowing growth. After it blooms, I will unpot it and trim the basal plate slightly to help it recover. And here's Amaryllis' beautiful emotion. Look closely. There's that half scale again. That's where the flower bud forms. Here's another pot of alfresco. I absolutely love flower stalks. They are just as beautiful as the flowers themselves. They have so much promise, you know, like a little surprise waiting to unfold. If you get one this year, you will enjoy flowers year after year, and your bulbs will multiply over time. Definitely a great investment. At the back, we have Amaryllis Pretty Nymph. If you want a stunning display, plant several bulbs together in a large pot like I did. When spring comes, you'll get 1 or 2 flower stalks per bulb. If they bloom all at once, it will be breathtaking. If they bloom one after another, that's great too. You'll get to enjoy flowers for a longer time. So far, most of the bulbs that had their leaves trimmed have woken up with flower buds. Amaryllis is actually an easy-to-care-for plant, yet some people struggle to get them to rebloom. If you still have questions about their care, make sure to subscribe. There's a lot of helpful content on my channel homepage. Let's move on. Here are some smaller bulbs in square pots. I actually prefer square pots for small and medium-sized bulbs. especially in balcony gardens, since they save space. Even though these bulbs aren't big, they still produce slender flower stems. Here's a reddish flower bud. It's probably a red amaryllis. And look at this tiny flower bud. It belongs to Amaryllis belladonna. Even though the bulb is small, it can produce multiple flowers. See this one with a light green stripe down on the middle of the leaf? That's Mrs. Garfield. The flowers are small but very delicate, and they bloom twice a year, once in spring and again in autumn. Even when they are not flowering, their striped leaves make them stand out as beautiful houseplants. If you cross-pollinate it, the seedlings might inherit those striped leaves. Here are some of its hybrids. Can you see the striped leaves? I expect them to bloom next spring. And over here, 2 flower stalks and 2 baby bulbs alongside. This one in the front is Blossom Peacock, a double amaryllis. You can already see the pinkish color on the flower bud skin. It's beautiful. I love it. But this one, well, I'm afraid the flower bud is fading. It hasn't grown at all since emerging weeks ago. Sometimes, flower buds stop developing due to sudden weather changes, overwatering, underwatering, over-fertilizing, or even disease. Unfortunately, if a bud dies, there's nothing to do but wait for the next blooming cycle. Now here's a cluster of Amaryllis armadillos. So many baby bulbs, just look at them. Too many baby bulbs will share a lot energy from the mother bulb, making it slow in blooming. So you can choose whether to divide and plant them separately. And here, 2 reddish flower stems from table dance. This variety is quite productive and produces lots of small bubblets. In the back, you can see some long, thin flower buds. And in the front, a light green striped leaf from another hybrid. This flower is about to open. It's pink and white. Unfortunately, it doesn't look very healthy. You can see red blotch on the stem and leaf. And here are a few more flower buds. And that's all about it for my amaryllis. How's yours doing? Are they ready to bloom? Before I go, let me show you one that's already in bloom. I'm not sure about its name. Someone told me it's a Thailand variety, but I can't confirm. It's red with a green stripe in the middle of each petal. The flower is small, but the petal is thick. Thick petal flowers can hold water and last longer. It has been blooming for 10 days, and the second flower stalk is coming. During the flower bud's development stage, your amaryllis needs plenty of light and moderate watering. Make sure the soil stays slightly moist, but never soggy. Place them where they can receive at least 4 to 6 hours of bright light each day. You'll see the scape stretching taller, and the buds get plumper day by day. It's an exciting time. Every morning you'll notice new changes. It's as if the plant is performing a slow dance toward full bloom. And when those buds finally open, the colors, the shape, the glow, it all feels worth the wait. Well, that's all for chapter 2. Let's wait for all the full blooms in chapter 3. Chapter 3. Amaryllis in full bloom. I'm so excited to show you the beautiful amaryllis varieties now blooming in my balcony garden. It's not easy getting them all to bloom at the same time. They usually take turns from March through May, but I've captured every moment as they opened, so you can enjoy the full show right here. I'll be sharing them with you in 3 blooming rounds. Each bloom has its own personality, and I will introduce every variety by name and its special features. But before we start, I'd love to highlight 2 lovely hybrids from my own garden, my proud creation that I've waited for you to see. Here's the first one. It has a white base with beautiful purple-red stripes and tiny spots. Its huge flowers really stand out. Let's take a closer look. Can you see these spots? Interestingly, the purple stripes only show up on the upper 3 petals and part of the side ones, but not the bottom petal. I absolutely love this one, so striking and unique. Now, here's another of my hybrids, a double Amaryllis. The flowers are smaller but delicate. At first, they appear a light green, then gradually turn white. The petals have red spots and fine red lines along the edges. It's really charming. Some of you have asked, how do you create a double Amaryllis hybrid? Well, it's simple. Just take the pollen from a double Amaryllis, and this is the pollen, and apply it to the stigma of a single Amaryllis. You might have chance of getting a double Amaryllis in this way. If you'd like a step-by-step guide, I've added a link to my other video in the description below. Let's continue with the rest of the blooming beauties. Here's Table Dance, a single petal flower with a bold red stripes and speckles. It typically has 4 flowers in each stem. The single flower should have 6 petals, but sometimes you will see twin flowers, when 2 blooms merge into one. Next to it is Blossom Peacock, a large water lily-like double bloom in white and pink with red-edged petals, so eye-catching. This one is Ambience, with a green throat and snowy white petals decorated in vivid red striping and soft feathering. It's absolutely refreshing. I love it so much that I self-pollinated it to grow more. Here's the hybrid I introduced earlier. And this dainty double petal one is called Pretty Girl. Its bowl-shaped petals make it look delicate and adorable. I expected a more vivid pink, but this bloom turned out almost white. It should have been rose-colored. Hopefully the next bloom will be brighter. At the back, this charming bloom from South Africa is Harlequin. It has creamy white petals with pink edging, and sometimes a red stripe down the center of the petals. The only downside is that its flowers tend to droop downward, so I tie the stalks to support each other. Here's a nameless hybrid with white petals and pink stripes. Its foliage has a light green stripe in the center. Its mother, right here, Mrs. Garfield, a vivid pink single-petal variety with bold white veins. Let's take a closer look at those veined petals. The trumpet shape and color are just lovely, and the leaves have light green stripes too. Even after blooming, they look lovely as greenhouse plants. Here they are, mother and child. They look nothing alike. That's the magic of Amaryllis. Cross-pollination is always full of surprises. You never know what you are gonna get. At the back, you'll notice this big, fluffy double white bloom. This is Alfresco, one of my all-time favorites. With creamy petals, a green center, and strong stems, it's always stunning. And it's amazing for 3 reasons. 1. It produces 2 to 3 stems even from small or medium bulbs. 2. Each stem can carry 5 to 6 flowers. 3. It makes lots of bulbs, so your collection grows year after year. If you love white blooms, this is must-have. Next to it is Dancing Queen, a full double bloom with wide rust red stripes on bright white petals. Large, bold, and graceful, it's a jumbo variety with big bulbs that can produce 3 stems with 4 blooms each. Behind them, Double Dragon is opening. It has deep scarlet petals with white tips. And here's an unnamed striped variety with yellowish petal and red lines, part of the striped Amaryllis family. Coming back to the front, here's another blossom peacock. Yes, I have 3 of them. That wraps up round 1. Hi again, 2 weeks have passed since round 1, and I filmed round 2 on April the 5th. Front and center is Dancing Queen, still going strong after 2 weeks. When in bloom, I brought them indoors to help extend their blooming time. Indoors, due to the low light levels, the rust red stripes look a bit lighter compared to when they were outside. New flower stalks are still emerging. The bigger the bulbs, the more and bigger flowers you will have. I think I can get blooms all the way through the end of the month. Very gorgeous. At the back on the left, you will see a cluster of white and striped amaryllis with trumpet-like shape. The variety is very prolific. I got one small bulb 2 years ago and now have at least 20 of them. This single dark pink variety is Bolero. Unfortunately, it was attacked by thrips, tiny insects that cause white streaks. It should have been large with thick petals. Here's how it looked last year. A pity. I'll be more watchful next time. Here's another pink one, Pink Surprise. Did it surprise you? Its huge, rosy pink petals with rippled edges are truly lovely. These next 2 are giants. Giant Amaryllis have extra large, ruffled white and peach flowers with a green center. And Aphrodite, named after the goddess of love, have massive brush pink-ended petals, reaching up to 20 meters across. What surprised me is how short it is. There's barely a stem. I thought the flower bud had died. It stopped growing for a month after emerging, but then it suddenly bloomed. If you love large flowers, these 2 are must-haves. On the right is Double Dragon again, with rich velvety red petals that are compact and perfect. Behind it is single, vibrant pink called Exposure, with white streaks leading to the green center. And here's Alfresco, still blooming since April the 1st. Next to it is another double red amaryllis called Cherry Nymph. And since both Cherry Nymph and Double Dragon are blooming together, let's do a side-by-side comparison. For color, Cherry Nymph is bright cherry red, while Double Dragon is a deep intense red. The petal shape, Cherry Nymph has broad, rounded petals. Double Dragons are narrower and more pointed. And texture, cherry nymph feels smooth and silky. Double Dragon has a velvety sheen and bold texture. Let's zoom in to really appreciate that velvety texture of Double Dragon. You can feel the difference when you touch them. Personally, I prefer Double Dragon for its rich layer and elegant look. Now back here, we have Pretty Nymph, a lovely double pink and white bloom. I love its pink color. If you love pink, you can't miss it. It's really a sweetie. Next is the second bloom from my hybrid. Here's a single red with curled back petals, Night Dance. Beside it, Picasso, white petals edged in pink with a green throat. This is the first time bloom from seedling, so it's small but promising. In front of it is Apple Blossom. 2 flowers have faded but one is opening. When in full bloom, it's soft and sweet, with milky white petals brushed in pink. Its thick petals give it a longer bloom time too. This orchid-shaped variety is Exotic Star. Its creamy green petals are decorated with striking wine-colored stripes and spots. It always stands out. At the back is Candy Floss. This one is a deep pink variety with curled back petals, making the flower shape like a triangle. And finally, this lemon pink bloom with reddish pink veins is called Zombie. A surprising name for such a lovely flower, right? Though the blooms are small, the unique color is rare, and each stalk can produce 4 flowers. I've got a cluster with 10 flower stalks, and the show's just beginning. Let's take a look at the gorgeous blooms from round 3. Right in the front, we have Candy Amaryllis, a beautiful double white amaryllis with soft pink tips on its curling petals. Next to it is another dancing queen, but this one is from a smaller bulb, so the flower is smaller. Behind them, you will see Silica and Aphrodite, both nearing the end of their bloom cycle. This stunning double white with red lines from the throat is Nymph. Its rounded petals almost form a bow shape, so elegant. And here's Gervais, a real showstopper. Although it's a single petal variety, it sometimes blooms in a twin flower formation, which means 2 flowers fused together. Gervais is unique because its coloring changes. Usually, it displays beautiful rose pink with contrasting stripes and prominent veining, but sometimes it blooms in solid red, or sometimes it's half reverted back to one of its parents. This little cutie is Picotea, a single-flowered variety with white petals accented by red spots and a fine red edge. Next to it is one of my personal favorites, Beautiful in Motion. This double variety has soft peachy petals with wide white stripes running through the center. I love its fluffy texture. It really looks like a sweet, delicate girl. Now here's another double red, Ticker Dragon. Unlike Cherry Nymph or Double Dragon, Ticker Dragon is a miniature double variety. But don't let the size fool you. Its rich cherry red petals are absolutely stunning. Let's zoom in for a closer look. See? The veins are very beautiful. In the back, A large cluster of zombie Amaryllis bulbs are in full bloom. Out over 20 bulbs, 9 have flower stalks, and most of those stalks carry 4 flowers each. Even though some are fading, I still have more than 20 flowers blooming at once. Isn't this salmon-colored variety beautiful? Next up is an unnamed hybrid. It's on its second flower stalk. And you will notice some seed pods forming on the other stalks. That's because I cross-pollinated with other double varieties. Beside it is Master Show, a large single-flowered variety with bold red petals, a green throat, and red edges. Thick petals enable the bloom last longer, up to a week. Here's a smaller double-flowered variety with a similar color scheme. It's flamed Amaryllis. The white background with red brushed petals and deep red throat give it a bold, dramatic look. Between Master Show and flamed Amaryllis, which one do you like better? They look similar, do they? At the back, we have Clown, with big white petals painted in bold mandarin red stripes. After a few days, the petals start to curl back, giving it a more whimsical look. Now here's another from the Ticker series, Ticker Sunrise. It has a soft white background with pink speckles and stripes, a yellowish throat, and red edging. Occasionally, you will see darker pink tips on the petals. This one has dark red veins running through its green-tinted petals. Although the flowers are smaller, each stalk still carrying 4 blooms. The color construct is bold and dramatic. And just look at these lilies. I planted only 4 bulbs in this small pot, but they've exploded into more than 20 flowers. So impressive. In the background, you'll see the classic variety Minerva, a red bloom with a crisp white stud at the center and a lime green throat. Next to that are the last 2 dancing queen stalks of the season, just starting to bloom. Back in the front is a very special hybrid. You might recognize the flower shape. It takes after its mother, Epiastrum iguazulum, so unique and wild looking. And finally, a week later, I have Amaryllis Andre McGuay, behind another hybrid. That's all for this final round of Amaryllis blooms from my spring garden. Which variety is your favorite? And what's your collection? Let me know in comments. Thanks so much for watching and see you next time. Bye!